Alright, what is up, guys? I don't usually make videos like this, and it's been a while since I've posted on YouTube, but I just wanted to make a post because I was thinking about this the past couple days. It's currently, I don't know if you guys can see, 6:43 a.m. So not super early, but earlier than I usually wake up. I woke up about half an hour ago. Honestly, bursted out of bed with a lot of energy. Had some warm water and a shot of espresso just to kind of wake me up and get the digestion going. And then I went for a quick walk, and it is still pitch dark outside, which I'm not used to, so that's kind of funny. But I'm working out with my coach today at 10 a.m., so that gives me a couple hours to work on homework and that sort of thing, and just get ahead, get some steps in, all that, get prepared. It's going to be a hard light day, so got to be ready for that. But to get into what I want to talk about today, basically just overall, your consistency will outweigh the motivation and how you're feeling 100% of the time. And I know I have made a few videos about this on Instagram and TikTok and that type of thing, but I'm starting to get to the point where the consistency and the discipline is what is absolutely carrying me right now. Because it just gets really hard sometimes, like you lose the motivation. But when you create the good habits over time, that kind of stack up at the times that you have the motivation. It really helps get you through those hard times when you don't have the motivation. And I think that's what a lot of people miss. They immediately give up when they don't have motivation. And at the end of the day, it's just because they haven't been consistent with whatever, they're struggling with. I mean, for example, waking up early has been so much easier for me just because I've been doing it every single day, even though I don't want to. Like, it's just a habit at this point. Same with like a few other things, like drinking my electrolytes every morning, or like just weighing in and tracking my progress pictures every single morning, not a day missed. It's those types of things that add up. And the same with like tracking your calories and everything like that. Once you get in a habit of doing it, it just kind of becomes second nature, and you can just do it. Like, there's a lot of people that don't even track their calories on an app because they can track it in their head and they know what they're eating. But the majority of people can't do that, and I think that's what some people just need to realize. But obviously, with that being said, it's not just fitness related stuff and diet related stuff. It's like everything in life. If you want something bad enough, you'll go to extreme measures to get that goal done. And if that means creating new healthy habits that are really hard from the start, then that's something I'm willing to do. If it's going to help me in the long run, and I know it's not going to bring me down and put me a step farther back, and take me away from that overall goal that I'm trying to achieve. But yeah, if you look at it this way, 5 days out of the week, so there's 7 days in a week. If you're consistent and perfect as possible, 5 out of 7 days of the week, that's 70%. So you hear a lot of people say like the 80-20% rule with everything, kind of just like with everything in life. 20% fun stuff, 80% stay on plan, be consistent with stuff, be on track, or like even with your diet, 80% whole foods, 20% have fun, eat whatever, that kind of thing. But I'd say like five to 6 days out of the week, if you can be consistent and have structure in your life, it's okay to mess up 1 or 2 days out of the week. As long as you get back on track and you don't let yourself quit because you had 1 or 2 failure days. Because at the end of the day, 5 days out of the week for a year straight is 260. It's like, in my view, that's enough perfect days to really grow. Like, you're not, it's kind of, if you look at it this way, it's very similar to how many working sets a week you're having per muscle group in the gym. Like, obviously, if you miss one set of chest during the week, it doesn't mean your chest isn't going to grow. You just got to get back on track and stay consistent with what you were doing and how many sets of chest you were doing before. Because as long as that number stays within the average ballpark and you're consistent with it, you'll grow. It's pretty self-explanatory. But that's with basically everything in life, and a lot of people don't see that. So there's not much else I wanted to say, but we're a little under 7 weeks out right now. It's starting to get hard, but like I said, the discipline and the consistency is what's carrying me right now. And I'm starting to realize how my mind works, and my time management has actually gotten a lot better. And I've learned how to prioritize my health and how I feel and when I'm most productive, my sleep, my hydration, just everything. Because every little thing like that is a piece to the puzzle. And at the end of the day, sure, you can miss out on a few things and still be really successful, but if you focus on the little things and stack those up, that's how you're going to be like really successful. And like, not so much saying that you can't focus on the long-term goal, because obviously I'm super focused on the show and everything like that, and then after that, whatever. But right now, I'm really focused on each and every day, achieving my goals each and every day, to stack those up. And because I know at the end of the day, those are going to build up and stack even more to reach the final goal. There's not really a final goal, just like each goal I have in my life that comes my way. So that's how I stay disciplined. Because a lot of people struggle with self-discipline, and I think it comes from the fact that they have mess-up days and they give up instantaneously and don't want to get back on track because they think that it's pointless and that's a waste of time. But in the end, 1 or 2 mess-up days every so often, or just 1 or 2 mess-up tasks, if you get back on track and you're having structure within your life, it's barely gonna go noticed. Like, it's basically unnoticeable. But yeah, some people's mental capabilities, they just mess up one time and think that they have to go all in and just give up, which is really hard to watch. But I hope some people like that figure out that that's not the way to go about it. I used to be that way sometimes, and I still am sometimes, but I've formed consistent habits for myself, and I'm always adding new habits, because growth is very important, self-growth is very important, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to help you achieve your goals. Because if you stay the same, you're never going to be the person that you want to be. That's pretty self-explanatory, but yeah. I think I was always so stuck in the moment, not trying to work on myself better each day, and I always imagined what I could be like, but I was never doing anything to get to that point. So, if you're waiting on your future self to just one day magically appear and you be that person, you be better, that's not how it works. You have to work towards it, and you have to really set goals for yourself and work on self-improvement, because nothing's going to come for you, and you're going to have to push through the hard times, and it's going to be different for everyone. Everyone has different experiences and different lives, different struggles, different goals. Not one person is going to be the exact same as somebody else. Not one person is going to be in the exact same situation as me or as you. But that's why I've also learned to support people and never judge somebody for what I see right away, because you never know what they're going through. And that can really help your view, and just overall be more supportive of people, because you don't know what they're going through, and you don't know what their goals are. Their goals are probably different than yours. You might be their goal, so keep that in mind, and you can be like a role model for people like that. And then also be hanging out and listening to people that are supportive of you, not people that are bringing you down, because that's something I struggled with for a while. And things really change when you start to block out that type of noise and really only take advice and truly listen to people that are in a position that you want to be in as your future self, because that's going to help you be successful and reach that future self. So yeah, that's all I got right now, but probably just going to post this as a long form video, because there's not much to edit, because this is like the first video where I've been able to talk for however long this has been recording. But it's usually really hard for me to talk all at once, because I just get easily distracted and lose focus and forget what I'm saying, and then I have to edit it and cut it. But yeah, a little under 7 weeks out, 46 days to go. But I'll keep you guys updated, and if you don't already, follow my Instagram. It's Katie Fit, and I hope you guys have a great day.